So I'm going to repeat little parts of that address and tell you some stories, okay? Suit up, show up, work hard. You never know who might be watching. And that has been the motto of my career and how I've gotten jobs. Because I wasn't the brightest crayon in the box in high school. I wasn't the valedictorian, I wasn't. But I worked hard, and I kept up. When I graduated from Whitmire High School back then in 1972, that's been 53 years ago. I'm old. I went to Carolina, and before I left for college, I had probably the same fears that you have right now. Am I ready? Can I pass the classes? Or if you're going into the world of work, will anybody hire me? And let me assure you that if you do these things, suit up, show up, work hard, and do a good job, you'll make it. It worked for me. I'm going to give you a couple of funny stories, and then I'm going to let y'all have your night. Okay? When I finished USC, I traveled around a little bit, went out west for a little while, had some odd jobs, dishwasher in a restaurant, working in the parks, digging ditches, I did all sorts of stuff. And I came home to South Carolina, and I decided I wanted to live in Charleston, South Carolina. It's a pretty city, and I like the beach. I looked around, I was supposed to be a PE teacher by trade. I looked around and said, well, wouldn't it be neat to work at Sullivan's Island Elementary School? It's right on the beach. Wouldn't that be fun? Well, there wasn't an opening at the time, so I just took a job at a place called Mary Alexander's Fitness Center. Now, Mary Alexander was a little lady about this big, and she had designed a fitness program for ladies. And they hired me to lead exercise classes. Now, you got to picture this. She made you wear a leotard, and tights, and ballet shoes. Y'all got it? All right. And then she designed these dances to these little songs. And you had to face the mirror, and the class was behind you. And oh, if she walked through and you weren't smiling, she'd smile, Martha, smile. Well, one of the warm-up exercises, I had to stand up there in that leotard, and I call it a tutu, and I had to do a little dance to My Baby Takes the Morning Train. Yeah, picture that. But guess what? There was a lady in the back of the class, and she and I got to talking, and she said, I'm a librarian at a school. I said, yeah, I'm trying to be a PE teacher, but I haven't found a job yet. She said, well, we have an opening for a PE teacher at our school. I said, well, where's that? She said, Sullivan's Island Elementary School. The one on the beach that I wanted to be at. So she put in a word for me, I applied for the job, and I got it. For 6 years, I was a PE teacher on the beach. Well, then rock and roll happened. I decided, my band I was in decided that we were going on the road. So I used my suit up and show up. We put on the lighter tights, got the big hair, the earrings, the makeup. Picture that again. But it's on YouTube, you can see it. In the 80s, I had the big hair. And we traveled up and down the East Coast because we suited up and we showed up and we worked hard and we made a living for about 5 years just playing music. Well, I decided it was time to go back to teaching, so I taught at Newberry High School as a PE teacher for a while. And then I decided that I wanted to move to Richmond, Virginia because I had an opportunity to do some music up there. Well, I got to Richmond and I wanted to get a job in school administration. That's what I had done at Newberry High. In my latter years. And they just weren't hiring little girls from South Carolina and Richmond, Virginia. So I looked in the paper and found a job in the school system working for the Department of Safety and Security. It was like a little police force within the school district. And one of the things I did is I wrote a grant to get the Eddie Eagle gun safety program for the school district. And guess who got to be Eddie Eagle? I put on this costume. And I went into the schools and the message was, what do you do, kids, if you find a gun? You stop, don't touch, leave the area, tell an adult. Well, that Eagle suit got me into every school in the district. And I met every principal and shook their hand and talked to them. And before you know it, an assistant principal job came open at the adult career development center where I wanted to work after looking around, and I got hired. Because I suited up in the evening suit. I showed up, I worked hard, and somebody was watching. I came back home to Whitmire in 2007, and I was very fortunate to get the job as assistant principal where I was until 2016 I retired. Well, in retirement I ended up doing some substitute teaching and some bus driving, and then they asked me to deliver the mail for the school district, be the courier. I called myself the bag lady because I carried the green bag with the mail. So I thought, well, I'll just put on little white shirts and khaki pants and white shoes and I'll be a mail carrier. Well, one day I walk in Whitmire Community School with a little green bag, and Miss Fribble had just been named principal. And she said, hey, you want to come back and be an assistant principal again? Well, this suiting up thing is working pretty good for me. So I came back. I've been here for the last 6 years with you, and I'm so honored to have been able to spend my last years in administration in such a great class, and we're going to go out together. So I just want to leave you with, don't doubt yourself. You're a Wolverine. You are prepared. You've had good teachers. Your parents are behind you, and if you'll just suit up, show up, and work hard, good things will come. Thank you.